Hi students, today we are looking at the lesson Translations, Reflections, and Rotations. And your learning target is I can use coordinates to describe the result of a translation, reflection, and rotation. And for this lesson you will need a lot of supplies. You'll need a pencil, specifically a pencil, not a pen, colored pencils, at least 2 different colors, graph paper, possibly 2 pieces, and a ruler. Then also, please bring a Sharpie and a Ziploc bag to class tomorrow. I know it sounds random, but just trust me on that. Then let's go ahead and get into this lesson. So on this lesson, we are talking about transformations. So a transformation is a type of function that describes a change in the position, size, or shape of a figure. Picture Transformers. When they transform from a car to the robot superhero, they transform their shape and their size and their position. That's exactly what we're doing on a coordinate plane. So for this coordinate plane, what I want you to do is on your graph paper, this is the best I can do for my graph paper, but on your graph paper, I want you to draw an X and Y axis all the way through the middle of your page. So if this is your page, oops, I didn't know it was green. If this is your page, draw the X or the Y axis all the way through the middle and the X axis all the way across. And then just label the first like 5 lines for each direction. So go ahead and pause your video now while you do that. And then what I'd like you to do is to draw a specific triangle, and I'm going to tell you the coordinates right now. So the first coordinate is 1, 11. So go 1 and then up 11. And then the second one is 1, 7. So it'll be right here, 1, 7. And the third one is 3, 7. So 3, 7. Okay, now if you notice, this forms a triangle. So please connect the lines to draw this triangle right here. And please use your ruler or some sort of straight edge so it's a lot straighter than mine is. And excuse me. And then what you're going to do is you're going to draw a coordinate on the point 8, 6. So here would be 8 on mine, 8, 6 would be right here. Okay, so then what I need you to do is label this point A, this point B, and this point C, and then label this A again right here. So what we're doing in this transformation is we're actually doing a slide transformation where we're literally, if you could picture, picking up this triangle and sliding it to this position. We're trying to figure out where the new B and C coordinates would be on here. Okay, and there's a couple ways you can do this. I like to count down the number of coordinates that are between A and B. So that's how I personally like to do it. I know that this is 7 and I know that this is 11. So I know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces between here. So I know that there must be 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces between A and B here. And then over here I know that there are 1, 2, 2 spaces between B and C. So I'm going to go over 1, 2 spaces between my new B and C. And now I have my new triangle that is kind of like a slide down from this original triangle, and it's just slid over to here. Okay, so this is one example of a transformation. Now, in this diagram, if you have a different colored pencil or a different color highlighter or something, you can choose that this first triangle, I'm going to do it in this blue color, is your pre-image. This is a pre-image. It's the input of the transformation. It's in other words, it's the original. Okay? And if you picture this original and slide it down here, it should be the same exact shape and everything. And this new shape down here is not the pre-image anymore, but it is the, what color will I use? I'm going to use red. It's the image. So the image is the output of the transformation or the new shape or the new, I'm going to say new position. Okay, so you have the original, which is your pre-image, and your image, which is your new position. Okay, and this one is my pre-image, and then I slid it down, and this is my image. Okay, so this is an example of a slide transformation. There are a few others that we're going to look at too. And just so you know, this video is most likely going to be 2 videos because we have a lot to cover today. So please watch the second video too if you need to, if it goes on to a new video. Okay. All right, so now we have a new type of image to look at, and this is the reflection transformation. So just like if you hold up a mirror to something, you're going to see a reflection of that object on the mirror. It's not going to be an identical drawing. It's not going to be, if you have a wink face and you look in the mirror, it's not going to be like this. It's going to be the opposite. Let me draw it. It's going to be this in the mirror. Okay, and that's because the line right here between the two is actually called the line of reflection. This is the line that these two are reflected upon. Like if you picture a pancake and you're going to flip the pancake over, this is the first, this is the eye, the open eye, this is the wink eye, this is the wink eye, and then the smile kind of stays the same. This is called the line of reflection, and this is actually one of our definitions right here. So the line of reflection is the line that the reflection is reflected across. Okay, and then a reflection is a transformation that flips a figure across a line. It's just picture a mirror when you think of a reflection. Okay, so then this is where the directions get very specific, and you'll need to probably pause the video as you go. I'm going to do the best I can to demonstrate it on here using just some sketches, but please feel free to pause the video as you go. So get a piece of graph paper, it can be the same one that you used up here, and draw a full XY axis. Here's my X, here's my Y. Okay, then on your graph the triangle with the coordinates 2, 1, 5, 1, and 2, 4. And label the coordinate 2, 1 with a G, and coordinate 5, 1 with an F, and coordinate 2, 4 with an E. So it should look something like this. And you should have a G, an F, and actually this will be F, this will be G, and this will be E. Okay? It'll look something like this. Then connect the lines to form a triangle, which I just did. And you're going to fold the paper on the x-axis on this one. You're going to fold this piece down, and you're going to basically folding it like if you're in kindergarten, you're going to fold it hamburger style. So fold that paper down, and then you need to take your piece of paper and hold it up to a light or a window or something so you can see through it. And basically what's going to happen is this is going to represent your folded piece of paper. You are going to see your triangle through the light, right, like this. And you need to take a pencil or some sort of marker and trace, let me use a different color. You're going to trace the triangle so that you can see the reflection. Okay, so pretend this is my paper being held up to the light, and you're just going to take a paper or a marker and draw over that same reflection. So when you open your paper back up, you should have a triangle that looks like this. Once you open your paper back up, oh, there it goes. It should look like this. Okay, or something similar to that. I think I may have drawn my triangles upside down. But basically, you will have a mirrored reflection of the triangle, the original triangle, the pre-image, and then the new triangle, the image. Okay, so that's what you should have when you open up your triangle again. And I drew my triangles upside down. Sorry about that. Then what you need to do is write the new coordinates on these notes. So write the new coordinate for E, the new coordinate for F and the new coordinate for G on my notes. The last thing you have to do is just answer the question at the bottom, which says, how does reflecting the figure change the X coordinates? How did it change the Y coordinates? See if you can notice some sort of change. Okay, and then the last thing you need to know for this lesson, for this page at least, is this notation right here. So for this notation, A represents the original image, and A with a dash represents the changed image. So when I say the position of G in the pre-image would be 2, 1, but the position of G transformed would be whatever your new coordinate is on this paper. So this annotation means the changed coordinate, and it's just represented by a dash. It's not an apostrophe, it's just a dash. Okay, so that's something you need to know. And then this coordinate xy is just like you're used to seeing, just an xy coordinate. But when you're transforming and sliding stuff around, you can usually find actually you can almost always find a pattern of a number that can be added to x and a number that can be added to y to find the pattern of translations or transformations. But we'll be working with those in class, but I just wanted to let you know and put them on your notes in case you need them. All right, and then let's see. I'm going to start the next lesson and see if we can do it just on one video. Okay, and for your second half of this lesson, we're going to be doing applying rotations. And a rotation transformation is just like it sounds. You're just going to be rotating an object. So what I want you to do on this one, again, you'll need to pause it as you follow the directions, is to get a separate blank piece of paper and cut out a right triangle. A right triangle is a triangle that has an L in it. And it needs to have a leg length of 3 inches and another leg length of 4 inches and a hypotenuse of 5 inches. And for some reason, this isn't letting me draw, so I'm going to draw on this as we go. Oops, hold on, let me get a blank one up here for you. So for your blank paper, you'll need one leg that is 4, one leg, oops, not that one leg that is 3, and then the hypotenuse is the longer side of the 2, or of the 3 angles, and this will be the one that's 5. So I'll put my labels in there real fast for you. This one should be 4, this one should be 3, and this one should be 5. All right, so then once you do that, you're going to place it on your graph paper anywhere you want on your coordinate plane, and go ahead and trace the edges with whatever you want to, a pencil or some sort of color to trace the edge. I'm just going to use blue. So go ahead, and I'm just going to quickly trace these. You should do a very good job tracing these. So trace your triangle. So imagine the red triangle is the paper that you can move around. Then with your pencil, choose this corner right here and place your pencil tip right there, just like I have my black pencil there right now. Place your pencil right there, and all you're going to do is take this red triangle, the one that, or the paper that you cut out, and rotate it a full 90 degrees down this way. And I want you to notice what happens when you rotate it. So where does this point end up? Where does this point end up? And where does this point end up? What happens as you rotate that triangle? Okay, let me go back to my directions, make sure that's all you need to do, because I think we finished. And then, once you rotate it, then just trace that triangle. Okay, and then I just want you to see what you notice about that new triangle. It should be in a position, once you rotate it, it would be over here. I just don't have enough room. But it should be in a position like this. And notice your new coordinates and where they are, what happened to the point where you chose to rotate it right here, and just kind of see what you notice. And actually, we finished in one video, so you guys don't have 2 videos to watch. I will see you in class very soon.